Good throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkhuber's got it. He's up past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh, my goodness. Played here by Eisel. Demetto Zempo, back row attack by Toole.
There it is.
There it is. Hadley Toole gets the 25th kill of the night for her. For Alexandria, sends it right on a line, a header and a goal! And here's a rollout. Now Thompson's gonna fire right side. Mason Gorkhuber's got it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alex. The face-off and work the puck back into the Otters' end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score! Now another rebound, that gets blocked. Breakout pass, Thornburg up the right side. He's got room, takes the shot, save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault. Pike. He's up high on the... Well, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move that bail as a release move is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold
there
here.
it
There you
is.
go. Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom. Samson Hagstrom drives, and then three-point shots, and the Otters trail by just 3 at 14-11. Here's Alexandria's Ali Habala curling into the lane, sends it into the left corner where Toole is open and chills the front court. Here's Habala out top, now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo!
Good afternoon. The Saturday Swap Shop program and the Minnesota Military Radio broadcast will be preempted this afternoon on KXRA.
Bye-bye.
See ya!
He gone! Put it on the board! Yes!
So that we may bring you Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage from the Runestone Community Center. The Alexandria boys hockey team completes a 3-game week this afternoon by hosting Duluth Denfeld. The Cardinals took a 1-goal loss on Thursday as Sauk Rapids Rice scored the game winner with 60 seconds remaining. Competing in a strong Lake Superior conference with the likes of Hermantown, Hibbing Chisholm, and Rockridge, the Denfeld Hunters entered the contest hovering around the 500 mark. The Hunters are making a Central Lakes Conference swing, having stopped in Sartell last night. Jeff James is on assignment, so here's the crew to take you through the coverage on our platforms. Slapshot JP Boleen.
Old-time hockey.
Eddie Shore, old-time hockey.
Demonstrating versatility by handling the camera for the YouTube coverage and grabbing the headset microphone to assist ya boy, KXRA Sports Director DMAC Dave McClurg
Wings up!
with the play-by-play. It's the Cardinals versus the Hunters. With today's game set to start at the bottom of the hour, the Juddner Motors pregame show is coming up next.
Wings up! Wings up!
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
A few comments there from the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, Dr. Landon Olson. We thank him for his insight as part of our Jontner Motors pregame show this afternoon. Quickly introducing the starting lineups. First of all, for Denfeld, Liam Fish will be in goal. He's a senior, 8-6 record with a goals against average of .303 and a save percentage of 901, so right over 90%. The defensive partners at the start will be Vinny Udd, a sophomore who is a 5-point scorer. And I'll try to do my best to say his name. It's a fun name to pronounce, but multiple syllables in Bruno's last name, DiCambaliza. Bruno DiCambaliza is a junior defenseman, 11 points, all helpers. The forward line at the start today will be Drew Doyle, a sophomore who's a 9-point scorer. Alex Udd, a junior who's a 10-point scorer, and Liam Doyle, a junior who's an 8-point scorer. Dale Jago is the veteran head coach of the Denfeld Hunters, 9-10 on the year and 0-5 in the Lake Superior Conference. Junior Brady Schluter will get the start and goal for Alexandria, 5-6 on the year, 2.74 goals against average with a save percentage of .898. Junior Nick Schultz and sophomore Grady Suki will be the defensive partners on the ice. The starting forward line today will be centered by junior Evan Klimek, a 15-point scorer. And then Grady Olson and Brody Berg on the wings. Berg is a junior. Olson is a sophomore. Thanks to Jontner Motors for presenting our pregame show. We'll take a break, and we'll get some words from our Cardinal Sports Boosters and back with Alexandria Boys Hockey next.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
There we are. There. Now we're in sync all the way through. I was anticipating we were going to get the audio closed for the Jontner Motors pregame show, but unfortunately, I don't know if that showed up on the log or not. But we are ready to go. Alexandria is wearing the white jersey sweaters and the black braziers. Red and black trim on the Alexandria uniform. Duluth Denfeld's school colors, kind of the maroon and gold, similar to the University of Minnesota Duluth. Maroon jerseys, maroon braziers, cream-colored numerals, and the gold and white trim. As you watch on our YouTube channel today, Alexandria will flow right to left in the first period and again in period number 3. Alexandria trying to work the puck through the neutral zone. It'll be sent back in where the Denfeld Hunters will retrieve it as Vinny Udd tries to bring the puck around. Now it's going to be played in the corner as digging forward here is Alexandria's Aaron Anderson. He joins the forward line of Charlie Basson and Miles Breitzman as well. The defensive partners on the ice do remain Nick Schultz and Grady Suki. Now the puck along the left wall. The Cardinals trying to keep it in the Duluth Denfeld zone. Now it's played back behind the net. Working forward Aaron Anderson. Now the Hunters try to cycle it up the wall and do play it back to neutral ice. It's going to go to the other end. The Cardinals bring Aiden Schneiderhan on as one defensive partner for Alexandria, and I believe eventually we'll see Hudson Carlson on the ice to join him. Now the puck goes back into the Hunters zone as now we'll see a different line coming out. The Jacob Nicholson, Cameron O'Shea, Owen Klemick line for Alexandria, joined by Carlson and Schneiderhan as the defensive partners. No scores were early on in this afternoon's game here at the Runestone Community Center. Now here is pass back into the zone. Schneiderhan will send it in. Denfeld's going to reverse it. Now Duluth Denfeld has a wing going up the left side, and John Scott, their leading scorer, tried to put a puck on net, but it went off the side of the net and then scored it back behind. Now another centering attempt that goes off the back of the net. And now Alexandria is going to clear it the other way. I believe this is going to go far enough where it ends. Oh, they're going to wave the icing off. So defenseman Bruno Di Cambaliza has to go back and play the puck, and he'll reverse it the other way. Now the Cardinals looking to get it out of their own zone. Brady Schluter will slow up the puck for defenseman Trey Peffer. Peffer, a defensive partner with Sam Joslin for the Alexandria Cardinals. Here's a pass through the neutral ice, intercepted here. Tristan Nephew will bring it in, and he has a lead shot there as his shot hit a pipe. Now the Cardinals play it back the other way. A Denfeld player loses stick briefly, but Di Cambaliza is able to track his stick down. No score early on. We're a little more than 3 minutes into today's game here at the Runestone Community Center. For those of you anticipating our Swap Shop program on KXRA Radio today, it is preempted due to our live broadcast coverage of Alexandria boys hockey. First shot is stopped by the goaltender, but then a rebound is going to be put in, and the Alexandria Cardinals are going to take the early lead today. I think Charlie Basson is the one that was able to follow up that first missed shot and get the goal to put the Cardinals on top 3-17 into the game.
Yeah, it looks like it's the 7th goal of the year. That was just Alexandria. They're putting a lot of pressure offensively here on Duluth Denfeld, and Duluth Denfeld's a team that can score a lot. They score over 4 goals a game so far this year, and they also allow quite a few goals as well, just about 4 as well. So Alexandria is doing a good job in the offensive zone, getting pressure, getting shots, and those kind of shots with those rebounds, those are the kind of shots that, will find goals, because you get those rebounds and he had a wide open net.
Yeah, and I believe Grady Olson was also on the ice. He got the lone assist on the Basson goal, and that comes at the 3-minute 17-second mark to give Alexandria a 1-goal lead. Cardinals have put 3 shots on the Denfeld goaltender Liam Fish. Alexandria's Brady Schluter has stopped 1 shot so far. Here's another shot from out near the point. Played over into the corner by the goaltender for the Hunters. Now Duluth Denfeld looking to bring it out. Here comes Alex Udd up the middle of the ice. He crosses center ice and will drop it in as the Hunters will make a line change. Now Alexandria will skate back the other way as Grady Suki had the puck knocked off his stick. Nick Schultz able to get it, and he'll send it into the offensive zone. Here is Owen Klemick trying to feed a centering pass. The Hunters intercept and play it back to neutral ice. We're now 4.5 minutes into the opening period here at the Runestone Community Center. It is a 1-0 lead for Alexandria. Now traffic in front of the net, and the goaltender Fish will smother the puck, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Hunters zone.
Fast-paced game so far, and I think that's where Alexandria wanted this game. They wanted to start fast after a disappointing loss to Sauk Rapids, and they wanted to start hot and fast. And I think Duluth, like we talked about a little bit, maybe legs a little tired after being away from home for a couple days and playing here in the Central Conference more, and Alexandria is taking advantage of it.
Yeah, the Cardinals have the forward line of Grady Olson, Brody Berg, and Evan Klimek out there, as the defensive partners include Nick Schultz and Grady Suki. The Hunters able to send the puck back out of their zone, and it's going to come the other way. Now a race to the other end, and I believe icing is going to be called on Duluth Denfeld, so too many lines that pass crossed, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Hunters zone. Coach Landon Olson will now bring the Aaron Anderson, Charlie Bass, and Miles Breitzman line on the ice, joined by defensive partners Aiden Schneiderhan and Hudson Carlson. Cardinals win the draw. Schneiderhan will play it back down low. Aaron Anderson over to Breitzman. Now Breitzman trying to work the puck out front. He's got it back. Now a one-timer, save made, rebound by the goaltender, and Aaron Anderson was trying to follow up, but that got steered back behind the net. Now the Cardinals will look to continue the pressure. It gets played down into the corner. Now Aaron Anderson was looking to play it off the wall. Denfeld is going to clear it back the other way. Now Brady Schluter will slow the puck up. He'll send it up to center ice, and now Miles Breitzman will send it ahead to Aaron Anderson. He tried to weave his way through the defense and had his stick tied up. The Hunters' Brady Wick will get back to play the puck, and now it's going to be cleared back out of the zone. Now it comes up to Alexandria's blue line, redirected by Aiden Schneiderhan into the the Hunters play it back into the Cardinals' end, and now the Cards come out with it, working up the left side. Here's a shot and a goal! I think Jacob Nicholson was able to feed off to Cameron O'Shea, and just like that, a little more than 6 minutes in, the Alexandria Cardinals have doubled their lead. Let's watch the replay on the YouTube channel as it's being brought to you by Quali Real Estate. Good work up the left side, and that leads to the goal by Cameron O'Shea, and 2 assists will be given. So J.P. Boline, almost like what the doctor ordered here, a very quick start. 2-goal advantage for Alexandria early on.
Yeah, exactly. And Alexandria, I mean, they like you mentioned, and you talked with head coach Olson before the game as well, but it's been up and down all season long. They shut out DL, who is a very good team here newly in the Central Lakes Conference, and they shut them out. Then they got a little disappointing loss against Sauk Rapids, who, I mean, Alex hasn't lost to Sauk Rapids in quite a while, and then you come into here, you forget that game, and you just play your fast speed kind of hockey, and that's what they're doing. And Duluth Denfeld is allowing these Cardinals past their defensive line, so they're allowing a lot of chances here early, and Alexandria is doing a great job of taking advantage of that.
Yeah, kind of hidden little secret. You know, people might be, kind of had their eyes opened a little bit about that loss to the Storm. Sauk Rapids Rice's boys hockey team has won more games than any other team in the Central Lakes Conference this year. They just haven't had a lot of in-league success. They lost their only game against Sartell. Sartell's got the inside track to winning the Central Lakes Conference title, but overall the Sabres record is slightly under Sauk Rapids Rice's record. The Storm now 13-7-1 after that win on Thursday night. So again, a little bit of an eye-opener, but maybe not terribly surprised. But Alexandria up by 2 here as we move past the 7-minute mark. Time elapsed in today's game. Here comes Jacob Smith up the right side, carrying the puck into the Alexandria zone, but the Cardinals quickly get it out and will tap it back the other way. Looks like the forward line of Jacob Nicholson, Cameron, or I think the Cardinals gradually changing their lines here as Duluth Denfeld plays the puck in. I think we're going to see the Nicholson, Cameron O'Shea, and Owen Klimek line out on the ice for Alexandria here. Nick Schultz, one of the defensive partners out there, along with Grady Suki. And now the puck gets played over into the corner. Looks like Nicholson and Miles Breitzman, a couple of the forwards, and Charlie Basson out there as well. So Coach Olson shifting the lines even a little bit in the breadth of the hockey game here. Now here comes Cameron O'Shea working up the right side. And now I think we've got that line intact of O'Shea, Nicholson, and Evan Klimek for the Owen Klimek for the Alexandria Cardinals. Evan Klimek joins Brody Berg and Grady Olson. Now the Hunters are going to be whistled for icing here, and that's going to stop play with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. First period, it's Alexandria 2, Duluth Denfeld, no score. Our scoreboard updates being brought to you today by Glenwood State Bank. Faceoff will be coming up to the right of the goaltender, Liam Fish. He is an upperclassman for Duluth Denfeld, his record at 8-6. Now the puck gets cycled around, and Denfeld tried the home run pass, trying to get their leading scorer, John Scott, ahead to tap it up at center ice, but evidently the puck traveled, or actually it went on the goaltender, so we're going to have a face-off coming up now in the Alexandria Cardinals zone.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to try to get the puck as much to Scott as possible. He's got 44 points on the year. He's been their best player, and he shows a lot of speed.
Yeah, and so far, obviously, with the Hunters being held scoreless, he's got no points. It would be nice if we could say that at the end of the day, but I have a feeling he's going to work hard to try to get into the scoring column. He is one of the captains for the Duluth Denfeld Hunters. Now Alexandria gains possession of the puck. Here's Aiden Schneiderhan sending it back into the defensive zone for teammate Hudson Carlson, and now it's going to be played ahead. And the Cardinals will drop it back in as Alexandria will make a line change. Looks like the Grady Olson, Evan Klimek, Brody Berg forward line coming back out onto the ice for Alexandria. Now Duluth Denfeld's John Scott back to play the puck. Sends it off the wall in neutral ice. It gets played back the other way by Alexandria. Alexandria 2, Duluth Denfeld, no score. We are in the opening period. Jeff James not with us today, so it's J.P. Boleen joining me, Dave McClurg, for the broadcast coverage. For those of you who listen to KXRA Radio, our Saturday Swap Shop program is being preempted today. Swap Shop will be back on the air Monday afternoon, hosted by Jackson at 1:05. Here's a shot tipped in front off the stick of Berg, but it goes into the corner. Now Alexandria looking to do some work here. Centering attempt went just a bit behind the stick of Grady Olson. Now a shot from the perimeter right on goaltender Liam Fish. And the save is made. And JP, really nice sustained action in the offensive zone by the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what they've been working on, just being able to set good shots up. And they're getting really good shots. I mean, if they're out of the perimeter, they're shooting into bodies. And it's making it a really tough game for their netminder. So, and he's a big body goalie, and sometimes they don't move as well as smaller goalies, as biased as I am. Yeah. But getting them moving, and we've seen that already as a goal that was got a moving crease to crease, and then a rebound goal as well.
The goaltender for the Denfeld Hunters, Liam Fish, makes one save. Now a stick save on the shot attempt by Nick Schultz from out near the point. Alexandria continuing to put on some nice pressure in the Denfeld Hunters zone. We're almost 11 minutes here into the first period, just over 6 remaining. Alexandria in front by a 2-0 score. Both of these teams at 9-10 on the year. Denfeld playing its second game in less than 24 hours after the Hunters were defeated in Sartell last night at Burnix Arena by a score of 3-2 in overtime. Alexandria ironically lost its last game, but that was Thursday night, a 3-2 score to Sauk Rapids Rice. Now the puck up to neutral ice. Here's Jordan Nicholson skating in, dropping off for Cameron O'Shea. His shot save made, rebound and a goal! And this time I think it's going to be Nicholson to get the follow-up here for Alexandria. And the Cardinals extend the lead now in front 3-0.
Again, there's that rebound right there. They're getting quality shots that can lead into second chances, and Alexandria's just taking advantage of some sluggish legs on the Duluth Denfeld side, and a really good attack from the Alexandria Cardinals. Another rush goal, and they're looking good right now. The first to 4, I had a head coach named Ian Resch, used to be the coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, was my coach throughout high school, and he would always say the first to 4 has a better chance of winning the game, and Alexandria is well on their way there.
And now a rush here. Here's a backhander and a goal.
There it is.
I think we're going to give that goal by the freshman Owen Klimek as we watch it on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Nifty backhand up the left side by the freshman. We're going to make Owen Klimek's goal our Smoke and Brews and Q's Smoke and Play of today's game. As Alexandria builds on the lead, it's now a 4-0 start. One assist will be given on the Owen Klimek goal, and that will be to defenseman Hudson Carlson. By the way, the Jacob Nicholson goal ended up being assisted by Nick Schultz. And I believe the time of that goal is going to be 11:36, just a few seconds after the Nicholson goal. So it's 4-0 in favor of Alexandria. JP, I was sorry I stepped on your comment there.
No, I was just going to say that. I mean, this is a dream start here for Alexandria after losing to Sauk Rapids. They're coming into this game. They are well rested. They had a nice practice yesterday, I assume, looking at the game here. So get another chance. And
there's another burial by Alexandria, and this time Brody Berg is going to light the lamp. Oh my, the Cardinals are jumping all over the Duluth Denfeld Hunters. Let's get the view on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel as Quali Real Estate brings you another instant replay.
I mean, this is just a full attack here by the Alexandria Cardinals. And I mean, you would think 5 goals here on 17 shots. And I'm not saying all the goals here are on the netminder's fault, but you'd think that they might switch goalies, but I do believe that the JV goalie played all 3 periods for Duluth Denfeld, so I don't know if they would be able to play him more than a couple periods.
Yeah, so the Alexandria Cardinals continue the assault. It's a 5-0 lead. That score coming at 12 minutes and 10 seconds of the first period. Hate to use a World War II term here, but it's kind of like a blitzkrieg for the Alexandria Cardinals. Their aerial assault has been very effective here against the guests, and Duluth Denfeld in a big hole barely 12.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and I mean, Duluth's coming off a couple losses too. Alexandria, they were actually riding quite a little high before Sauk Rapids. They beat, as we mentioned, DL. They also had a win before that too, so they were feeling really good, and this would make them feel even better.
Yeah, Alexandria looking to get back to the 500 mark. Here's a shot from the point by Ben Senich, one of the defensemen for the Denfeld Hunters, and it's going to be played back the other way. Now the Hunters get it back, and I think we're going to have offside on the Duluth Denfeld hockey team, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off coming up. Looks like Alexandria is going to bring onto the ice the forward line of Owen Klimek, Jacob Nicholson, and Cameron O'Shea. Nick Schultz and Grady Suki, the defensive partners out there. John Scott centering this line, which also includes Drew Doyle, and Nolan Harju is part of this group. The defensive partners at the moment, Vinny Udd and Bruno Di Cambaliza. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, Bruno, by the way, is wearing a uniform number 17. He's got a cool last name. Give me plenty of practice on Di Cambaliza. Now the Cardinals gain possession of the puck and play it back the other way, and this will be too far, and icing will be the call on Alexandria. So now we'll have a face-off coming up in the Cardinals zone. JP, obviously, you could not ask for a better start for the Alexandria Cardinals, but what must Alexandria do over the final 4 minutes of this period?
Well, you can't sit back and let Duluth, play get back into their game, warm up their legs, because you did what you needed to do here early. Their legs, you realize they're sluggish. They're playing a far ways from home, and they're coming off a game from last night as well, a tough game where you played 4 periods, 3.5 maybe. But so you took advantage, but you can't let them sit back and get back into their rhythm, because this is a team that can score a lot of goals.
Yep, the puck worked back into the Denfeld zone, and now it's going to be taken by Duluth Denfeld as they look to redirect. Here's a pass up the right side. Drew Doyle trying to connect with John Scott. Scott's the big scorer for the Hunters. He's averaging more than 2 points a game. Now here's a pass right side, and a shot attempt here by Ben Senich got blocked by Nick Schultz. Now the Cardinals looking to get it out of their zone. John Scott trying to locate the puck for the Hunters, and he's not able to get to it. It's chipped away by Cameron O'Shea. Now a race the other way, and boy, Evan Klimek showing some good hustle there. Now getting it to O'Shea. Now a bouncing puck in the high slot area, and the Hunters are going to chip it out, and it comes back into neutral ice. We're under 3 minutes remaining in the first period. One dominated by the host Alexandria Cardinals. It is a 5-0 game. Pretty hard hit on a Denfeld player as the puck was coming into the Alexandria zone, and eventually Brady Schluter will make the stop. An easy save for him, just his 4th so far in the first 14+ minutes of the game.
Yeah, that was a really good hit delivered there by Alexandria, and just those kind of plays can just energize a team, and when you're already energized, it just keeps you going too. So that's the kind of thing that you can't slow down on.
Alex Udd and Evan Klimek battling for the draw. The Cardinals able to gain control. It's sent out of the zone by Grady Olson. Now back to neutral ice. Here's Evan Klimek carrying it in. He'll drop it off. Grady Olson fires. Save made. Rebound. And Duluth Denfeld is going to get it. Now the puck cleared out of the zone by Jacob Smith. Coming the other way. And now here's a shot. And I believe that was John Scott to put it on net. Save made by Brady Schluter. Puck comes out of the zone. Now Alexandria will take it, as we're about to go under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Here comes Hudson Carlson into the Denfeld zone, trying to center as Alexandria has a player in front, that being Aaron Anderson, but Duluth Denfeld had about 2 or 3 other players in front of their netminder to escort that puck away from the danger zone. Now the centering attempt, that goes across the crease area and over into the corner. Denfeld looking to come out. Up the right side, here's a shot from a tough angle by Nolan Harju. Harju, a pretty dynamite scorer for his Hunters. He's got 37 points this year. If Harju and John Scott were on Alexandria's team, they would be among the scoring leaders by a wide margin. Alexandria's scoring leaders are in the range of 15 to 22 points, but a much more balanced output for Alexandria so far in the first 19 games. Now a backhander. Here's a one-timer by Miles Breitzman as he got a feed from Charlie Basson from behind the net, and the stop was made, and then I believe the net came off its foundation, so that will be reset. And we'll have a face-off coming up. 64 seconds is our time remaining here in the first period. Face-off will be coming to the right of the goaltender, Liam Fish. And it's going to be played back to neutral ice. Here's Trey Peffer. He's joined by Sam Jocelyn on the ice right now for the Cardinals. Now a breakout. Here comes Owen Klimek up the right side. He's on the ice right now, and we got Cameron O'Shea out there as well. Now the Denfeld Hunters break the zone. Here comes Brady Wick up the left side, feeding in front, and a one-timer there for Tristan Nephew, and the save is made by Brady Schluter.
Really good save there, just focused and in position. He was square to the puck too, just being able to get out to the puck and stop that. But the big thing here in games like this, where, I mean, shots really, it's 28 right now, or 22-8, I should say. You know, as a goaltender here, when you're up this big, you just got to stay focused, and sometimes a slew of shots come in.
And the Cardinals looking to bring the puck out of their zone and do bring it into neutral ice. Grady Suki has it redirected. Now it's going to be taken here by Evan Klimek. Now it comes over to Grady Olson, and he'll slide the puck back into the Denfeld zone. Now Evan Klimek trying to bring it around. It's going to be kept in on a backhander by Grady Olson, then up to neutral ice, and the remaining time in the first period will come to an end. A very productive first for Alexandria. 5 goals in the first 17 minutes of today's hockey game, and Alexandria's in control with 1 period in the books. So still a lot of hockey for the Denfeld Hunters to make a comeback. I think I mentioned in 2020 when Duluth Denfeld played in Alexandria, the Hunters actually had a pretty sizable lead going into the latter stages of the game before Alexandria put together a big comeback. For our audience, the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report will be coming up between the second and third periods of today's game. J.P. Boleen filling in for Jeff James, and myself, Dave McClurg, will return on our platforms with our first period intermission conversation after some words from our Alexandria Cardinals sports booster.
Northland Buildings. Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh-made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made-to-order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland. CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks, custom wood creations, designed for beauty, built for life.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals! We welcome you to our broadcast coverage of high school boys hockey. You're watching it on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Thanks for joining us for our radio broadcast today on 1490 AM. 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, KXRA, and we've got the audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. All Alexandria after 17 minutes into this game. It is a 5-0 score. J.P. Boleen from the Alexandria area high school class of 2018. Now a full-time team member with us here at Layton Media in Alexandria. You can wake up with JP weekday mornings between 6 and 10 over on our Today's Hit music station, Z 99.3. So, JP, not only are you showing your versatility on site, handling the video camera and doing the radio coverage, but you're also displaying your radio versatility with your on-air duties. How is that going for you, by the way?
I think it's going all right. I click. Here's a little background and secret behind the scenes. I run the clock here on our YouTube stream, so sometimes that gets a little, maybe a forget or a button doesn't get pressed right. So maybe that's the only thing that's been a little more challenging. But other than that, I think it's been going all right. It's just fun to talk hockey. Anytime I get to talk hockey, I'm happy. So it's been a fun game. Couldn't have asked for a better start here from Alexandria. They just attacked Duluth Denfeld from the start. I mean, they could have scored a couple times in the first couple of minutes, and once the floodgates opened, they truly did, and Alexandria has taken advantage of maybe some tired legs from Duluth Denfeld. Denfeld.
Yeah. I was about to say in the next break, no letter I in the name Denfeld.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay. And so if you want to shorten it up, and rather not, I'll use Duluth Denfeld, but Denfeld is appropriate. Just like if Duluth East were here, for example, you could shorten that up by saying East. But. I believe down in Mankato, they've got Mankato East and Mankato West.
Yeah.
Now, if I were down there, I would say Cato East or Cato West as, kind of a shortening up of the names. But Denfeld is the opponent today. And, I think with the ability of Denfeld to put goals on the board, and I think you brought it up that Duluth Denfeld is in a lot of games where they put goals on the board, but they give up a lot of goals. They've had some 5-4 games and things along that lines. Alexandria obviously feeling good right now, but hopefully the Cardinals can maintain, that good focus and realize that there's still a lot of hockey to be played.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like we mentioned, I have that Duluth Denfeld. They put up about a little over 4 goals a game average this season, but they've also allowed about 3.7 goals a game, and it's just a team that it seems like they have good scoring, which they do. They have very good offensive players. They just struggle on the defensive end. And looking back at that first period, which we might see a different kind of team come out here. They might get chewed out a little bit in the locker room. Just a little sluggish legs, as we keep talking about after playing last night. But this is a team that is very offensive-minded. That goes all the way back to the defensive line, where these defenders for Duluth Denfeld, they seem to step up in the play a lot, and that can hurt you at times, especially when you're not getting the puck luck as you might want. So if you're looking for Alexandria, they've done the right thing. All you got to do is just avoid a slump. Just keep attacking, keep on going, and you might play a little more conservative. And when I say that, I mean when you're getting to the blue line, you might dump and chase a little more than you would if it was 2-0. But it's not sitting back and letting Duluth find the rhythm.
I believe a total of 8 different Alexandria players were able to get into the scoring column in that 5-goal first period. Let's do the scoring recap. Started at 3:17 of the hockey game when the Cardinals' Charlie Bassin was able to get the scoring underway. There was 1 assist on that goal. That went to Grady Olson. Then later on, the Cardinals increased the lead at the 6:12 mark. Cameron O'Shea with a goal, his second of the year, as you had Jacob Nicholson and Owen Clement getting assists. Then Nicholson and O'Shea were involved in the Cardinals' third goal. That came at the 11:20 mark. Jacob Nicholson getting the score. O'Shea with 1 assist, and defenseman Nick Schultz got the other assist. And then just 14 seconds after that, on Alexandria's ensuing rush into the zone, Owen Clement was able to score for the Cardinals, his third goal of the year. 1 assist given to defenseman Hudson Carlson. And then at 12:10, Alexandria made it a 5-0 game. So in essence, goals 3, 4, and 5 were scored in a span of about 50 seconds to turn a relative game comfortably in favor of Alexandria into decisively into Alexandria's favor. That 5th goal netted by Brody Berg, his 8th of the year. Evan Klimek and Grady Olson got the assist. So the Cardinals players with 2 points already today. Jacob Nicholson and Cameron O'Shea each with 1 goal and 1 assist. I think Owen Klimek has 1 goal and 1 assist today. And even Grady Olson has 1 goal and 1 assist in today's game for the Alexandria Cardinals. So several people with 2 points each for Alexandria, and then other players getting into the scoring column. Shots on goal, according to the official numbers through the first 17 minutes, 20 shots on goal for Alexandria and 7 for Duluth Denfeld, meaning that Brady Schluter has stopped all 7 shots. And Liam Fish, kind of a rough first period. He'll look to bounce back with a better second, as he had 15 saves in the first period.
And I do wonder if we will see him in the second. trying to remember what the period rule is. If you played a whole JV game, all 3 periods, if you can play 2 more, or if it's 1 more, because I believe their backup goalie did play. But we might see Fish back out there.
Yeah, at least for 1 more period.
Yeah.
And then if Dale Jago, the head coach of the Hunters, wants to make that goalie change, maybe, and I'm sure Liam Fish, while frustrated being an upperclassman, being down by 5 goals, he was in net last night against Sartell in the overtime loss, but I'm sure he's a stout enough young man that, he's going to take one for the team, and he's hoping that the Blitzkrieg doesn't come back in period number 2.
Yeah, and he faced a ton of shots. I mean, 15 saves in 1 period is a lot, and getting 20 on you, and, those goals, some are rebounds that he's going to want back, but maybe those goals weren't easy to save by any means. I mean, that 1 goal, I believe it was the 5th goal with the backhand toe drag. It was upper shelf. I mean, that's just all skill coming from, I believe, Clute there. But that final goal. But yeah, it's just you can't blame him on all those. And as a goalie, as a competitor, you're gonna want to come back out and prove that that was a fluke.
So it is a 5-0 lead for Alexandria. Again, between periods 2 and 3 of today's game, we will have the mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Let's stay legal here while we have the chance to do so. You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. We've got audio of today's broadcast through the Voice of Alexandria app. And if you want to watch, we hope you'll join us through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. There you get regular season Alexandria Cardinals sporting events with the live video synchronized with the KXRA play-by-play. My broadcast partner, JP Bowling, helps to make all of that possible on our YouTube channel. Plus, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you get the periodic updates of when we've got regular season events on the air. We're going to have a couple toward the end of next week with high school boys hockey, Alexandria at St. Cloud on Thursday night. Then Alexandria girls basketball on Friday night with the Lady Cards at Fergus Falls. We're going to take a break. We'll get some messages from our Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters. And then on deck, period number 2 of Alexandria boys hockey play-by-play after this timeout.
I may have made a mistake. I think the goaltender.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Along with JP Boleen, I am DMAC, Dave McClurg. Thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinals sports boosters helping to bring you our broadcast today. Alexandria leads Duluth Denfeld. It is 5-0 going into period number 2. And JP Boleen, one thing we didn't really say a whole lot ahead of time. I know that in about 2 months or so, we should get the realignment, if you will. The competitive section assignments will be released by the Minnesota State High School League. I believe the league office is in the process of finaling those right now. And it seems like every 2 years the question comes up, will Alexandria go to Class AA in boys hockey? You know, the Cardinal girls hockey program has been in Class AA. I believe that they're wrapping up their 6th season as being in Class AA after being a long time in Class A. But, you know, one of the things that goes into consideration when trying to determine A versus AA, you do have some instances where schools wish to opt up, and if they opt up into a bigger class, that increases the chances for a school like Hermantown or a school like Alexandria to remain in Class A, where the Cardinals are now. Sauk Rapids Rice is another team that might be a bubble team, if you will, A versus AA. And you know, if Alexandria ends up staying in Class A, they could almost indirectly thank a school like Duluth Denfeld, because I believe Denfeld and Rock Ridge during the last 2-year cycle opted up to move out of Class A Section 7 and go into Class AA, where they're in Section 7 with the likes of Duluth East and Andover and Grand Rapids and some other schools there.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where is the want there for Alexandria? I'm not sure. They've had so much success here in the Class A over the last, you could say, over the last 10 years, getting to the state tournament and having some success there. And so it's just a matter of want. And then, yeah, it's just, will Hermantown move up? I don't think so. I think they really enjoy winning state tournaments. You know, I would. So I don't think that we'll see them.
Well, in some ways, I think, you know, schools like Alexandria and Hermantown are quite similar to one another, that they feel comfortable in the environment that they're in. And, you know, there should be no penalty. You know, there might be critics that say, well, don't you want to play the best schools in the state? And the perception is that the best schools in the state are in Class AA. But I think as Class A has steadily gotten better over the last 2 decades, I don't think there's that big of a gap between the elite schools in Class A and some of the schools in Class AA. Now, the elites in AA, you know, they're going to be running for state championships every year. But you know, I don't think you know, your 8 teams, 6 out of the 8, 7 out of the 8, 8 out of the 8 that make the Class A state tournament, they would be very competitive in Class AA.
Well, and I mean, you look at something like that as we get underway here tonight, or in the second period. But like you look at War Road. I mean, that's a team that beat a lot of good AA teams when they were at their high. And you look at college players. There's a lot of college players that played single A hockey. It's not at the level where people think it is. And I'm a single A kid, so I am biased over it. But I think, yeah, you're right. It's very good. Hermantown didn't win last year. I mean, they're not winning every single year. They may be competitive, but they're not winning every single year.
That is correct. St. Cloud Cathedral, by the way, is the defending Class A state boys hockey champions. Second period underway, so goaltender Brady Schluter is now off to our left. As you watch on our YouTube channel, that means the Cardinals will be flowing left to right. This would be the only period that they would do that unless this game finds its way to overtime. And frankly, us Alexandria fans are hoping that we don't see overtime today, especially with the Cardinals holding a 5-goal lead. Now Alexandria looks to work the puck out of the defensive zone. It comes up to Charlie Basson. Basson will cross into the Denfeld end, tries to center, but the pass a little bit wide for Miles Breitzman. And Duluth Denfeld will take over, and the Hunters are going to bring it back the other way as Jacob Smith will drop it in. The Hunters will make a player personnel change here as the puck goes back out to neutral ice. Now a bouncing puck, and it's going to be taken here by the Hunters, Ben Senich. Senich crosses center ice and will slide it in. Liam Doyle will look to give chase here for Duluth Denfeld, but Alexandria comes away with it. The Hunters do keep it back in the Alexandria zone. Aiden Schneiderhan trying to gain control. He'll bounce it off the near wall back to neutral ice. Duluth Denfeld will play it back in. Here's Hudson Carlson playing it ahead for Alexandria. Now it's Jacob Nicholson with it. He works up the left side. Cameron O'Shea trying to spread out to get into the slot area. Centering pass got tipped back behind the net, and the Hunters will bring it back to neutral ice. We're now 2 minutes into the second period. It is Alexandria 5, Duluth Denfeld no score. Our scoreboard updates today being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now the Hunters looking to apply their forecheck in the Alexandria zone, but the Cardinals do gain possession of the puck. Here's Aiden Schneiderhan feeding it up. Right side, it's Cameron O'Shea working in. O'Shea in deep, he got spun around. Now it's going to be Owen Klimek looking to gain possession of the puck, sending it into the direction of O'Shea. Now cycled around over into the direction of Jacob Nicholson, and I think we're going to have a whistle here. Puck, I believe, went out of play, so they'll get a new piece of rubber to bring back out onto the ice.
Yeah, and it's a great start here for Alexandria. I think we're seeing a little bit of a better start here for Duluth too, but they're still allowing Alexandria to get by the defense right now, and they're playing a little more physical. Duluth might have some more size on them, but Alexandria is out physical right now. The physical battle they're winning right now here against Denfeld.
Now the Denfeld Hunters played the puck out of the zone, and we're trying to get that pass up to center ice to Seamus Shea to tap it back the other way, but he did not cross the center ice line before he dropped it the other way, so icing gets called, and we're going to have a face-off in the Hunters zone. Brody Berg will battle for this face-off against John Scott, the leading scorer for Duluth Denfeld. Now the puck played over to the wall. The Cardinals are going to keep it in. Sam Jocelyn will play it over into the left corner. Berg looking to do some work along the wall here. Now it's going to be taken by Evan Klimek. He's going to play it over into the right corner. Jocelyn working for it. Now back to Klimek. He'll send it high toward the goal, and the long rebound will be taken here by Scott for Duluth Denfeld. He stops, feeds to Seamus Shea. Now a pass broken up, but still a shot there by Nolan Harshu. Harshu, a dangerous scoring threat as well for the Denfeld Hunters. He's a 37-point scorer coming in with 23 helpers. Face-off will be coming up in the Alexandria Cardinals end. 13:40 is our time remaining in the second. It's Alexandria 5, Duluth Denfeld no score. And the battle for the draw, Charlie Basson battling Tristan Nephew, and the Cardinals will play the puck over to the left half wall. And now Denfeld will keep it in, and now another attempt at clearing the zone, and the Cardinals are successful in doing that. Duluth Denfeld will redirect it the other way. Brady Suki will go back to play it, now sending it toward Nick Schultz. Now up to neutral ice. The Hunters not able to keep it in. Brady Schluter will slow the puck up as the Cardinals look to gain control. Now a breakout. Here's Charlie Basson up the right side for Alexandria. Centering across. Here's a shot that goes a little bit wide. Now the Cardinals gain control. Basson back out top now to Suki. Then to Basson, and it's a pass that's going to be intercepted and played back to neutral ice. We're now a little more than 4 minutes into the middle period here at the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. The Cardinals in front by a 5-0 score. Now the puck cycled around, and Denfeld's going to clear it back the other way. Nobody touched it, so icing will be the call, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Hunters zone.
Yeah, Alexandria, I mean, we keep mentioning it, but Alexandria just keeps getting by Denfeld's defense, and it's creating so many more chances. I don't know how Denfeld is just getting up so far, but Alec has taken advantage of them.
The Cardinals have the forward line of Owen Klimek, Jacob Nicholson, and Cameron O'Shea on the ice. I believe that trio helped to account for 2 of the 5 first period goals for Alexandria. Aiden Schneiderhan and Hudson Carlson are your defensive partners on the ice. Owen Klimek trying to get a backhander past the goaltender Fish, but Fish makes the save. I think Owen scored on a backhander back in the first period.
Yeah, it was a good created turnover here for Alexandria, but a really good heads-up save there from Fish.
Now the puck clearing the zone by Duluth Denfeld. Back to retrieve it here is Jacob Nicholson for Alexandria. Now it's taken by the Hunters. John Scott trying to weave his way through. Now he gets met along the wall. He actually got tied up with Aiden Schneiderhan. Now the puck back to neutral ice. The Denfeld Hunters apply a hit on an Alexandria player, but not before the Cardinals play it in. Now that stretch pass comes up the right side. Here's the shot, and Brady Schluter made the save. Rebound, and Schluter with another save there.
That was an excellent save there by Schluter with the blocker at first, but the rebound, it was a flutter puck, which I'll tell you, those are sometimes the hardest things to save when your momentum's going one way and it takes you the other way, and the puck goes the other way, and he reached out the glove and stopped play there. So take a look here at the replay.
Yep, the replay on our YouTube channel brought to you by Quality Real Estate. Our thanks to Carl and the crew at Quality Real Estate for presenting the instant replays during our YouTube coverage on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. 5-0 our score. Alexandria in front. The Cardinals got all the goals in the opening period. Shots on goal numbers at the moment unofficial on the scoreboard. 22 for Alexandria and 12 for Denfeld. Now the Duluth Denfeld Hunters win the face-off in neutral ice. It's going to be played back into the Alexandria zone. Brady Schluter trying to steer it around. Now needs to quickly get back into net as a centering pass comes from Harju to Liam Doyle, and Doyle point blank has his shot saved by Schluter. And I get the feeling the Hunters, whatever words of inspiration they got between the first and second periods, they're coming out. I know they haven't gotten on the scoreboard as of yet, but they are playing better.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're attacking the net a little bit more. But the one thing that they have done here in the early stages of the second period, they've shortened their bench just a little bit. It seems like they're playing that top scoring line a little bit more. But the good thing that Alec's doing, they're matching their lines right now, bringing their top line as well, and it's working right now.
Now the Cardinals looking to clear the zone. Ben Senich will keep it onside here. And now it's going to be back behind the Alexandria net. Grady Suki working for it. Now it's Suki handling the puck on his stick. He'll feed it ahead up toward Aaron Anderson. And I think we have offside being called here on Alexandria. For our KXRA radio audience, normally in the 2 o'clock hour on Saturday afternoons, Tom Lyons joins us from Minnesota Military Radio. Minnesota Military Radio being preempted today, actually for the second consecutive Saturday. Last week we had Alexandria basketball with a doubleheader at the high school in town when the Cardinals hosted Benilde St. Margaret's in both boys basketball and girls basketball. First game of that doubleheader got underway at 2 o'clock. Today, Minnesota Military Radio being preempted because of our Alexandria boys hockey coverage. We'll have additional Alexandria boys hockey broadcasts next Thursday at the MAC in St. Cloud, and then the following Tuesday on the 11th of February, we will be at the Fergus Falls Community Arena for the Cardinals and the Otters, two common opponents not only in the CLC, but in Section 6A. Now the Cardinals get the puck out of their own end, going with a diagonal pass that will come on the netminder Liam Fish, and he'll freeze the puck there as Aaron Anderson was looking to come with a full head of steam toward the net.
Denfeld's bringing a lot more physicality here in the second period, which I think they lacked a lot of in the first, which caused a lot of chances and turnovers. And Alexandria is really responding well, and they're bringing their own physicality too.
John Scott and Nolan Harshu, part of this forward line on the ice for the Denfeld Hunters at the moment. I believe you've also got Liam Doyle out on the ice. Doyle handling the puck now will cross in, and I believe the Hunters were into the offensive zone too soon. We're going to have a neutral zone face-off after the offside call. 9:30 is our time remaining here in the second period. JP Boleen is my broadcast partner today as he fills in for Jeff James. JJ and I will be back at the Runestone Community Center for Section 8AA girls playoff hockey on Tuesday night. Alexandria will host the St. Cloud Crush in a win-or-go-home matchup. That's a 7 o'clock start. And for the Alexandria boys hockey game, that will now be a time change for the varsity game. And we've got a shot and a goal, as I think it's going to be Owen Klimek putting it in for Alexandria. And the Cardinals have expanded on their lead. It's now 6-0 Alexandria.
Yeah, that one, I don't think the Duluth Denfeld players are too happy, but we'll take a look at the replay. It's harder to see here, but it might have gone off a skate, but if it's not intentional and if it's redirected, then it'll be a goal. That's not a you're not going to take away a goal. If it's kicked in, obviously it's not a goal, and that one just looked like a bouncing puck that just found its way into the net.
Owen Klimek with the goal. That is his second of the day, so his fourth of the year. And an assist to Cameron O'Shea, and O'Shea now has a couple of helpers today, so he's got 8 assists on the season. Both O'Shea and Owen Klimek with 3-point afternoons here. JP, I think we've come on to something. I know that the Cardinals have played a couple of afternoon games already, but they're liking playing these matinees here.
Yeah, and it's something that I never liked playing as.
And now another goal here as a centering pass comes in front, and Brody Berg's going to put it away. And Alexandria increases the lead to 7-0. I think Berg will get his second goal, which would be second goal today, that is, as on YouTube we got the replay. Again, our thanks to Carl Qualley and Qualley Real Estate. 1 assist on the Berg goal, and that will go to Evan Klimek. And for Evan Klimek, that will be his 11th helper of the year.
Yeah, that was just a really good passing play. Got behind the Denfeld's defense, and instead of taking a shot there on one of those two on O's, Berg was able to rein it back around, and that's just a stop that you can't make as a goaltender. So a really good play there by Berg.
So the time of the Owen Klimek goal at 7:49 of the second period. Brody Berg's goal at 8:25 of the second period. So the Cardinals tacking onto their advantage. It's now 7-0. Aaron Anderson will shoot, and that one gets deflected off the goaltender and out of play. And we'll have a face-off coming up. 7:53 is our time remaining here in the second. Alexandria just continuing to be relentless against their guests from Duluth Denfeld High School. Denfeld in serious danger of going 0-2 on their Central Lakes Conference swing. They actually played the conference-leading Sartell Sabres last night. Tight game that went to overtime, and then Sartell prevailed 3-2.
Yeah, and I do think it's a case here. Alexandria has been the better team all night long. I think they were a little ticked off, a little mad about that overtime loss, and I think they played better than the score may indicate. And they've been playing really good hockey, so they were really disappointed about that. They came out here tonight with a lot of energy and just a lot of fury, and they're taking it out here on the scoreboard. But you're looking at Duluth to Denfeld. They've got a heck of a schedule coming up, so they might be doing a little bit of schedule peeking and seeing that they're going to be heading to Grand Rapids, who's having a really good season, probably one of the best goalies, too, in the Grand Rapids net. And then they're going to be going to Duluth Marshall, too, so a rival, in-town rival.
Yeah, ironically, the Marshall School of Duluth, they are also a Class AA team in Section 7. So Duluth Denfeld, Duluth East, and Duluth Marshall are all in the big school class in Class AA Section 7. And again, I think some of that movement was precipitated a couple of years ago to try to get away from Hermantown in Section 7A. And, the way to do it is to opt out. So we have our first penalty of the afternoon, and it's going to be on the Hunters, Nolan Harju. He is off for roughing, and that is going to be at 10 minutes and 2 seconds of the second period.
I was wondering when a penalty was going to be coming here against Denfeld. Just frustration, and that was a frustration penalty, a roughing there.
So the Alexandria Cardinals operating with the player advantage. Nick Schultz is on the ice. Evan Klimek on the ice. I think Brody Berg is out here for part of the power play. Grady Olson. Now Berg in front trying to locate the puck, and it's going to be cleared away. Charlie Basson, I believe, is player number 5 for this Alexandria power play. So it's Berg along with Olson and Basson, along with Schultz, and the Cardinals have, let's see, Grady Olson, Brody Berg, Evan Klimek, Charlie Basson, and Nick Schultz. There. It takes me a little while, especially because I don't want to use numbers when doing the description here.
Yeah.
So now out top, it's Grady Olson sliding a pass across. It's intercepted, and the Cardinals, Nick Schultz, unable to keep the puck in. It kind of bounced over his skate. Denfeld's going to bring on for a penalty kill now Jacob Smith and Liam Doyle as 2 of the 4 players out on the ice. I think Mason Fierro is out there and Ben Senich as well. Still about 45 seconds remaining in Alexandria's first power play of the day. The Alexandria boys hockey team in front 7-0. Here's a pass off the wall. The goaltender Liam Fish will slow it up. Now we'll slide it back the other way.
That might be a play that Fish might not want to do. That. I mean, that was an icing that he negated there playing the pucks. They would have gave an offensive zone faceoff for his Hunters.
Yep. So, yep. And Alexandria now looking to get the puck out of their own end as the Hunters will tip it back deep. Bruno Di Cambaliza is able to take some more time off the clock. Penalty to Nolan Harju expires, and now we're going to have an icing, I believe, on the Alexandria Cardinals. So that's going to stop play with 4:57 to go in the second. Once again, once we wrap up the second period play-by-play, we'll have our mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Aiden Schneiderhan and Hudson Carlson will be the defensive partners on the ice, joined by Grady Olson, Evan Klimek, and the person who will try to win the face-off, Brody Berg. And off the face-off, the Hunters slide a shot a little bit wide of the goal. Unofficially, according to the scoreboard here, shots on goal numbers 26 for Alexandria, 13 for Denfeld. So shot on goal numbers a little more even in this period after Alexandria had a 20-7 shots advantage in period 1. Now the Cardinals looking again to get the puck out of their own end. Duluth Denfeld's Drew Doyle now getting to the puck. He'll play it out top. Look to drop a pass off. Now a turnaround shot. That got deflected in traffic. Alexandria looking to break out. Now here's a nice lead pass ahead for Evan Klimek, and Liam Fish comes out jabbing with his goalie stick to push that puck over to the wall. Otherwise, Evan Klimek would have had the chance to shoot into an open net. Now the puck dropped back into the Alexandria end, slowed up by goaltender Brady Schluter, who does have the shutout going through about 30 minutes of today's game. We're now under 4 remaining here in the second period.
DMAC, you just said the S word. I don't know if that's going to go over well. Hopefully the jinx doesn't come in here.
Yeah, well, we are very capable of exerting the DMAC jinx anytime, any place, anywhere. So, you know, but and Duluth Denfeld's a team that you've pointed out.
Yeah.
They were held under their per game goals average last night, and we'll see if they can find the back of the net a time or two before the game is done.
Yeah.
Alexandria has kept the Hunters off the scoreboard so far.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, Grady's just, it's maybe overshadowed a little bit with all the scoring, but he's had a really good night. He's had some really high-quality saves here with 15 on the night, too.
Yep, now the puck back to neutral ice, and Sam Jocelyn goes back into his own end to retrieve it. He and Trey Peffer, the defensive partners on the ice. Here's Evan Klimek feeding it ahead or Owen Klimek rather, to Cameron O'Shea. O'Shea turns around, takes a shot, save made. Now Jacob Nicholson is trying to do some work along the wall. He'll send it back out to the point. Peffer sliding it across now to Jocelyn. Jocelyn firing into traffic, and Fish will make the save. That stops play with 2:29 to go here in the second. Alexandria 7, Duluth Denfeld no score. Again, both of these teams coming in at 9 and 10 on the year. For the Denfeld Hunters, their second game in less than 24 hours. They played at 7 o'clock at Burnix Arena in Sartell last night. tough game there, and the Sabres were able to win in overtime 3-2. And now we've got players colliding, and one goes to the ice, and Alexandria might be going shorthanded for the first time today.
Yeah, it looks like it's either going to be a hook or a trip. Yeah, it's going to be a hook here. But that one thing, you know, it's 7-0, so it's not as big of a deal as it would have been if it's 2-0. But Duluth Denfeld, being a scoring team, they are very good on the power play, about 22%, which is a above average power play percentage. So this is a team that gets a lot of goals here with the extra man. And if you're Alexandria, just work on your penalty kill. It's a great chance to work on your penalty kill as the season is starting to wrap up.
Yep, Alexandria does have Charlie Basson and Brody Berg on the ice for the penalty kill. Nick Schultz on the ice along with Grady Suki. And Duluth Denfeld has some pretty potent scorers out there. Brady Wick is part of this power play. I think Nolan Harju and John Scott are both on the ice. Tristan Nephew also part of the power play here for the Denfeld Hunters. Now a pass gets tipped. Berg trying to race the other way. I think Alex Udd also out for the power play here. Shot goes a little bit wide. Now Denfeld's going to set up in the Alexandria zone. Out top, now a shot on Schluter. Save is made. Bouncing puck redirected here by the Hunters. Tristan Nephew, but he'll shoot it wide. Now it comes back out top. John Scott keeps it in. He'll send it over to Bruno Di Cambaleza, who's now stepping on for part of the power play. Di Cambaleza kind of at the point here for the Hunters. Now it comes to Harju. Harju will look to fire, and that one goes a little bit wide. Now kept in by Scott. Played along the left wall. And now we're down to 40 seconds to go in the Hunters power play. We're about to move into the last minute of the second period. Here's a pass redirected into the left corner, and the Cardinals are going to clear it back the other way. Nice work there by Jacob Nicholson getting the puck out of the zone. And now Denfeld will make one more rush up the ice with the player advantage. Working in is Nolan Harju for the Hunters. Now back out. Here's a pass in front that got tipped off the stick of Liam Doyle. Now a one-timer in front and cleared away. Good work again, this time by defenseman Aiden Schneiderhan. And Alexandria will play it back the other way, and the Cardinals now back to full strength.
That was an incredible save there by Grady as well, or excuse me, Brady, with the paddle, just getting a piece of it there. So really impressive saves. I know it'll get overshadowed a little bit. It always does in a blowout. But, you know, the goaltender right now, Brady, is just having an incredible game.
Yeah, and he's got the shutout going through 2 periods. I know I keep throwing the possible DMAC jinx out there, but it is what it is.
That's a swear word as goalies.
Yes, but necessary language that we need to use to convey what is going on. 7-0. Alexandria has the lead over Duluth Denfeld with the third period on the way, and I believe that means the mercy rule will apply at the start of period number 3. We're going to take a break on our Leighton Media platforms, and in just moments, we will have the mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods. Now we'll take this timeout.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
North Central International, heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. A-Guard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made-to-order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland. CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks, custom wood creations, designed for beauty, built for life.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals! We are back now, synchronized completely along our platforms, which includes the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Thanks for listening on our Voice of Alexandria app and even on the radio. 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM, KXRA. I am Dave McClurg, and again, it is time for our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. Very impressive first two periods here, JP, for the Alexandria Cardinals. You know, they've had a very good performance to start the week. Kind of a bite your teeth, game on Thursday night where it kind of felt like the Cardinals were going to get the W, and then Sauk Rapids Rice came back. Their dynamite scorer accounted for all three goals, and Alexandria pretty much left no doubt in the first period that they came out very fresh with the 1 day of practice, and fortunately we did not see any letdown for Alexandria in period two.
Yeah, and that was the most important thing of that period, because Duluth, they looked a lot better. Denfeld looked a whole lot better in that second period. They came out, they got their legs under them a little bit, but Alex they just didn't let up, and they just continued the pressure, and they took advantage of Denfeld's I don't know what it is in the back end there, but Alexandria is just able to get by their defense much better and get a lot of chances, and that led to a couple of those goals as well. And you have to feel for the goaltender Fish right now, at least I do, as it's just a lot of shots coming at him and a lot of good chances for Alec, and they're just not letting off the pedal. And as a team that's treading around that 500 mark, that's really good, and they look like a much better team than a 500 or a 9-10 team. They were having a 3-game winning streak, as you mentioned. They were feeling really good. They beat River Lakes, they beat Wilmer, then they beat DL, which that's a big win. So you want to get back on track here as the regular season is wrapping up and get hot here into the postseason. We've seen the Alexandria, it doesn't matter who's the coach, doesn't matter who's the players. This is a comeback. This is a cardiac team that just seems to get hot when it comes to playoffs, and we hope that this game will help with that.
Well, we've turned over the calendar to the month of February here, and before the end of the month, we will know who the Section 6A champion is going to be. So we're into that pivotal point of the year where you hope to raise your level of play and keep it on a high level. Let's go through a quick scoring recap. Again, all of the goals for Alexandria today, and all have been even strength goals. Charlie Basson at 3:17 of the hockey game. Cameron O'Shea at 6:12 of the hockey game. Jacob Nicholson at 11:20 of the hockey game. Owen Klimek scored 14 seconds after the Nicholson goal. And then the fifth Alexandria goal in the first period was provided by Brody Berg. And then the two scores in the second were by young men that scored in the first period. Owen Klimek with his second of the game at 7:49, and less than a minute later, Brody Berg scored to make it a 7-0 game. Already today for the Cardinals, they've got several players with multi-point efforts. Helpers. Grady Olson had a helper on the Charlie Basson goal. Owen Klimick and Jacob Nicholson had assists on the Cameron O'Shea goal. O'Shea and Nick Schultz assisted on Jacob Nicholson's goal to make it 3-0. Hudson Carlson had a helper on the first Owen Klimick goal. Evan Klimick and Grady Olson assisted on Brody Berg's first goal of the afternoon. And then O'Shea had a goal or an assist on Owen Klimick's second goal. Evan Klimick had an assist on Brody Berg's second goal of the game. So a lot of people getting into the scoring column today for Alexandria. Shots on goal in the second. Denfeld had a total of 9 to bring the two-period total up to 16. Alexandria had 8 for a two-period total of 28. JP, your thoughts with 17 minutes to go. Again, the clock will move along at a more quicker pace than what we are normally seeing. Not a whole lot of stoppages unless timeouts are called. But what would you like to see out of your alma mater?
This is the kind of time where you want to play a little more conservative. You can press. I mean, if there's opportunities, you're not going to take risks is really what it'll come down to. You're not going to try for those long ice passes unless they're clear and open. But turnovers, you just want to limit those and giving Duluth some life. 7 goals in one period. I'm not going to sit here and try to jinx this, but that's a huge task in high school hockey here in Minnesota. So you just want to You're just going to want to play a little more conservative and just keep this game in control and net a couple if you can, but just don't give Duluth much breathing room here in the final period. And give your goalie a shutout. I just did it now. But yeah, give your goalie a good chance here for a shutout here today. And it's been said enough. I don't think we have to worry about the jinx. It's already been done if it's going to happen.
Well, we're pounding the shutout term out there, frequently today. And if Denfeld scores in the third period to break out the shutout bid, then I guess the DMAC jinx does live on in between periods or crossing over into periods. But the third is on the way momentarily. Again, our thanks to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting our mid-game report. Again, along the network, some more messages here from our Alexandria Cardinals Sports Booster.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D-Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to PremierCollisionMN.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Third period underway here at the Runestone Community Center, and again the period starts with the mercy rule in effect, meaning no stoppages of play unless the visitors can narrow the gap to 5 goals or fewer. Right now Alexandria is in front by 7. Brody Berg, Grady Olson, and Evan Klimek, the forwards on the ice right now, joined by defensive partners Nick Schultz and Grady Suki. Now the Denfeld Hunters go back to play the puck. Vinny Udd and Seamus Shea back there as well. And now we're going to have a whistle, and
puck went into the netting there on a dump in.
So they'll retrieve that, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Hunters zone. Duluth Denfeld will bring out the forward line of Brady Wick, Alex Udd, and one other forward on that line. I believe Bruno Di Cambaliza, kind of being used as a flex forward and defenseman as well for the Hunters today. Now the puck worked back into the Hunters zone as Alexandria now has its forward line of Aaron Anderson, Charlie Basson, and Miles Brightsman on the ice. Hudson Carlson and Aiden Schneiderhan are your defensive partners out there. Now the puck played back to the neutral zone, and Schneiderhan will backhand one toward the Denfeld blue line, and
hand pass there.
Okay, so that's going to mean a face-off coming up in the Denfeld zone. So that's interesting. That didn't look to be an obvious hand pass there, but
no, and I think it was just outside the zone because you're able to do that there in your own zone. But I think it was just outside the blue line, so that's why it was called.
So a little bit of a penalty, giving up some space and forcing Denfeld to play in its own end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Alexandria is coming out. They're just pressuring Denfeld really well right now.
Yeah, and now the centering attempt for Cameron O'Shea, and it's kept in. Now Trey Peffer tries to put one on net, and that will be steered away. Now action in the corner. Cameron O'Shea unable to keep it in. Here comes Nolan Harshu up the right side for the Hunters. Takes a shot from a tough angle. That gets deflected out of play. And again, a face-off will be coming up. We're now 3 minutes into the third period. Again, no clock stoppages until the margin narrows to 5 goals. Right now, Alexandria is up 7-0. Our scoreboard updates today being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now the Cardinals trying to work the puck out of their own end, and it's going to be sent out by Sam Jocelyn up to neutral ice. Redirected here by Vinny Udd back into the Alexandria zone. Duluth Denfeld 9-10 on the year, coming off a 3-2 overtime loss at Sartell last night. So the Hunters wrapping up a Central Lakes Conference swing down to the south, going through the central part of the state. Alexandria, meanwhile, playing its third game of the week, but the Cardinals went Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whereas the Denfeld Hunters went Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. The Hunters were defeated earlier to start the week here, so they are in danger of going 0-3 this week. Cloquet Esco Carleton defeated Denfeld on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and Cloquet has been playing really good hockey. They upset Hermantown a couple days ago as well.
Yeah, I noticed Hermantown hosted Moorhead last night, and the Spuds won that game 2-1 over at Hermantown, and Moorhead, the #1 ranked team in AA, as the Spuds lost their season opener, and now I believe have won 21 in a row.
Yeah, that's going to be a team that, Moorhead, you rarely cheer for them in Alexandria, but they're a team that's been good for a very long time in hockey, and they just haven't been able to get that state title. So I really wouldn't mind seeing Moorhead. I know a lot of people might not like hearing that, but that's a team that I think deserves a state title. And this year could be the year, but they've got a really good Bantam team on the way with a couple of Cullens and sons and relatives of Matt Cullen, who has ties here in Alexandria as well.
Right. Yeah, and of course. Moorhead, when you look at it from our own media family here, Kathleen Cayley, one of our account executives, she's a Moorhead High School graduate. Steve D, who frequently board ops for some of our game broadcasts, he's a sorta Moorhead guy. He grew up, spent many years in the Fargo-Moorhead area before his family moved to Battle Lake because his dad took a job at one of the churches in the Battle Lake area. So I kind of refer to Moorhead High School as being Steve D's sorta alma mater. he has two alma maters, Moorhead and Battle Lake.
Okay.
So here it's remaining a 7-0 lead for Alexandria. Cardinals work the puck back into the Duluth Denfeld zone as now Denfeld will play it back out. Again, the clock will continue to roll unless Duluth Denfeld can narrow the deficit down to 5 goals or fewer. So we have now moved 6 minutes into period number 3. And Alexandria has been able to hold the Hunters off the scoreboard. Well, for all the DMAC jinxes that we were inferring, implying, or otherwise, one benefit of having a 7-0 lead is that the clock moves faster.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have to worry about pressing and unpressing the clock here on our stream as well. So there's no screw-ups coming in as well.
My goodness, a side benefit there. So,
but yeah, I mean, and Alexandria, they're playing really well all game long. There's so many things you could talk about. They're playing well. It's 7-0 here in the third period, and they're not letting off the pedal defensively. They're not giving Duluth Denfeld much space at all in their own zone.
Yeah, Ben Senich, defenseman, will play the puck back into the Alexandria end, and now the Cardinals will send it back. Now here's Cameron O'Shea racing for the puck, but Denfeld is able to come away with it. Now O'Shea able to tie up a Denfeld player, and now the Hunters will play it back to neutral ice. Sam Joslin will go to retrieve the puck, and he'll send it now to Trey Peffer. Then it's going to come up and elude everyone, and we're going to have an icing call. Again, clock continuing to roll as we're now under 10 minutes remaining in the game. Alexandria 7, Duluth Denfeld no score. Denfeld in the process of losing its 3rd straight game this week to fall to 9-11, and Alexandria will be back at the 500 mark. The Cardinals will have a home game on Tuesday. Now note, if you plan on coming to that game, it's going to be a late afternoon varsity start. 4:30 game here at the Runestone Community Center. That's because the Alexandria girls hockey team has a home playoff game Tuesday night. Our broadcast on Tuesday will only be the girls hockey game, and it will be audio only. No live video streaming because it is a postseason game. Here's a shot in the slot area by Grady Olson, and that got turned away. Now a centering pass intended for Brody Berg, and that bounced over into the corner, and now going to be played back up.
And you want to talk about teams that are peaking at the right time. The Alexandria Cardinals girls hockey team right now, they're playing really good. A huge tie. I mean, you'd rather win, of course, but a huge tie to Roseau last night. And that's got to feel really good. Just shows that you can compete with every team.
Well, you know, Roseau ended up getting the number 2 seed, and the Rams were 19-5 coming in here last night. So, again, there's no moral victories of getting a tie, but Alexandria was down 5-3 in the third period, and they battled back to force the overtime. And then, Coach Molly Arola kind of felt once she saw the seedings being released earlier today that Roseau tying in Alexandria could have been a factor that may have possibly cost the Rams the number 1 seed. I think if Roseau would have come out of here last night with a win to go to 20-5, maybe Roseau would be seeded number 1 and Moorhead number 2. But Moorhead's girls hockey team got the top seed. Roseau is seeded second, so Alexandria is in the portion of the bracket, which also includes Moorhead and Sartell Sauk Rapids. Here's a centering attempt by Miles Brightsman, trying to connect with Aaron Anderson, and that got broken up. Now Anderson looking to work his way to the net, but he's held back there by Bruno Di Cambaliza, and the puck will be stopped by the goaltender Liam Fish. Yeoman's effort on Mr. Fish's part today. Again, a day he would like to forget, but he is showing his maturity here, taking the lumps of what will be a team loss today.
Yeah, and it's certainly not been all on him. There was a couple of goals, maybe a rebound that you want back, but I mean, rebounds are a goal where you say rebound, it sounds like the goalie should cover it. Rebounds are tough to cover up to. So it's a day where obviously it's not what you wanted, but he's had a great year. He's had a great career here with Denfeld, and he's going to want to forget this one because there's a whole lot of tough challenges on the way here for the Hunters.
Yep, no doubt. They're only about 2.5 weeks away from getting involved in the Class AA Section 7 tournament. Owen Klimek, the freshman, working his way up the left side. We had a save made. Let's check that out for our YouTube audience. Our instant replay being brought to you by Quality Real Estate. Owen Klimek, the freshman, bidding for his 3rd goal of the game. He already has goals, single goals in the first and second periods, but he got stopped by Liam Fish there. 6 minutes remaining now in the game. It's Alexandria 7, Duluth Denfeld no score. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates. JP Boline is behind the camera tonight, and he's also on the microphone. JP filling in for Jeff James for our Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey coverage today. Now the Cardinals trying to work the puck out of their own zone. Brady Schluter will slow it up for Aiden Schneiderhan. He and Hudson Carlson are on the ice, and the forwards out there include I believe Bennett Waldorf now getting some time. You've got Evan Klimek out on the ice. Now Brody Berg will come out, and it will be the Berg Grady Olson line joined out there. And now the puck back to neutral ice. And I think it's the Evan Klimek, Brody Berg, Grady Olson forward combination out there now with Trey Peffer and Sam Jocelyn. Down to 5 minutes to go in today's game. Nolan Harshu will send it across now to Tristan Nephew. Nephew with it, and now the play broken up. Alexandria carrying it the other way. Evan Klimek will send it off the near wall, and then I think it got to the top of the glass and may have gone out of play. And then back onto the ice. So
yeah, and it was a lone effort getting that one out of the ice, so it would be a neutral zone face-off here outside of the Duluth zone. But something that Alexandria has done really well, and it's accredited to a lot of goals so far, is their O-zone entries, just getting the puck in cleanly, and they haven't had to dump and chase a whole lot tonight. And when you don't have to do that, you're getting clean entries, that can lead to a lot of goals, and it has tonight.
And as we kind of watch the action on YouTube, I think Coach Dr. Landon Olson bringing in, flexing his forward lines a little bit. He's got Hunter Haskamp on as he'll try to take the face-off against Denfeld's John Scott. So it's Haskamp, Aaron Anderson, and also Miles Breitzman as the forwards on the ice. Sam Jocelyn and Trey Peffer stay out there as well. Now the face-off controlled by the Hunters. It's going to be played by Vinny Udd over to Seamus Shea. And now Alexandria intercepts. Here comes Peffer. He skates in. He'll try a backhander. That got steered away back behind the net. Now Alexandria will track it down. Cardinals in front 7-0 with about 3.5 minutes to go. Now a race. John Scott working his way through to the net. And he puts it... and I think he got stopped by Brady Schluter there.
Yeah, that was an incredible individual effort there from Scott, but what a save by Brady there to tuck that in between his legs. It got under his 5-hole, but he was able to twist that around and avoid it from staying away from the crease. So just a great save there. And 22 saves, and I'd say 70% of them have been high danger chances for Denfeld, but Brady's been having a really good game.
Yeah, so it's not as if the Hunters haven't had their scoring opportunities. Now an odd player rush, and here's Cameron O'Shea looking to feed across to Nicholson, and the centering pass got broken up. Now we're back to neutral ice with the puck. Here is Grady Suki trying to steer it forward, and he'll drop it back in to the Denfeld zone. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the hockey game. Alexandria in front by a score of 7-0. John Scott looking to find that goal. He comes in averaging a goal a game for the Hunters. In fact, 21 goals, 23 assists for 44 points. Nolan Harshu, 14 goals, 23 assists for 37 points, and they both have been blanked today. Now the Hunters regain control. Here's a pass ahead. Drew Doyle will carry it in. He's on the ice with Alex Udd and Mason Kingsley now. Now the puck played back to the neutral zone as we go under 2 minutes remaining in the hockey game. Here's Grady Suki getting the puck. He'll look to skate out. Now sends it up toward the Denfeld blue line. Brody Berg will play it in. He'll send it across. Grady Olson with the backhander, and then I think it's going to be a goal. It may be Evan Klimek who will get the score there for the Alexandria Cardinals. I think that's going to come at 15:32 of the third period.
Yeah, and that's just, again, those entries into the offensive zone. It was clean by Berg, I believe, who got it in and just found Klimek there on the back door. And another good clean entry here is Denfeld's going to get called for tripping. Ooh, I don't think Olsen knew that the whistle had blown, and he's going to have to answer to a couple of Denfeld. Who actually good sportsmanship there.
Yeah.
He owned that up there.
I believe the time of the goal will be 15:32, and it will be Evan Klimek scoring the goal, and that will be his 7th of the year. And assist will be given to Grady Olson and also to Brody Berg. Tripping call here on Vinny Udd, and that's going to come at the 16:10 mark of the third period.
Yeah, and clock stopped a little bit just to get the penalty call, but it's back running now.
Yep, so Denfeld will be shorthanded, and now we're going to have a high stick ruling on Alexandria. That's going to send the face-off the other way. You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. And thank you for joining us watching today's coverage on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Tom Chorley is our KXRA radio studio engineer, and along with Jackson J.P. Boline, I am DMAC Dave McClurg, and it looks like Brady Schluter's going to get the shutout in spite of all the intentions of the radio crew and the media personnel trying to jinx Brady into yielding a goal, but Denfeld would not score in the third period, and Alexandria tacks on one more, and the Cardinals get the victory by a final of 8-0 today. So Alexandria is the team that gets back to 500, now 10-10 with 5 regular season games to go. Duluth Denfeld goes 0-3 on the week, and the Hunters will go into next week now at 9 wins and 11 defeats. J.P. Boline, just a couple of preliminary thoughts before we get into our postgame report.
A complete game there for the Alexandria Cardinals, which they really wanted after a loss a couple of days ago. They had to have had a great practice yesterday, I assume, and just from the start of the game to the end, they played incredible, no matter what the score was. And the score indicates how this game went, in my opinion, and it was great goaltending. It was great defense. It was great offense there from the Cardinals, and that's the kind of game that you can fuel, and it can add some momentum here heading into the bottom half of the regular season.
Yeah, so the month of February now underway, and good start to the month for the Alexandria Cardinals, as once again they are back at the 500 mark. It will end up being a 23-save shutout for Brady Schluter on the afternoon as Alexandria gets the win by a final of 8-0. We're going to take a break along our latent media platforms, and in approximately 3 minutes or so, we will get rolling with our post-game coverage brought to you by Juttner Motors of Alexandria. Now these words from our Cardinal Sports Booster.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat. Our passion is what makes it great.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game.
If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to premiercollisionmn.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
and 6 going into the Christmas holiday. Along with J.P. Boleen, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. I will be joined by an Alexandria varsity boys hockey player coming up in just a couple of moments. I believe Dr. Landon Olson will be having that player join me. He might come by foot rather than by skates, skating across the ice. I know they've got weekend tournament competition with a Bantam event going on here at the Runestone Community Center this weekend. But a great performance by the Alexandria Cardinals as they now stand at 10-10 on the year with 5 regular season games to go. Alexandria will again be back at home, a homestand that will wrap up on Tuesday of this coming week. The Little Falls Flyers will be visiting the Runestone Community Center. That will be one of 2 games played that day on the main ice here at the RCC, as Alexandria and Little Falls will play a regular season game at 4:30. Then Tuesday night, the Alexandria girls hockey team will face St. Cloud in the quarterfinal round of the Section 8 AA tournament. On the original schedule, Alexandria was to host Little Falls in boys hockey at 7, but that game has now been moved ahead on the schedule. 4:30 varsity start time on Tuesday afternoon. So if you plan on coming to watch the Alexandria boys hockey team, they will have the late afternoon game with the Little Falls Flyers, 4:30 start time on Tuesday. Our coverage on the Layton media platforms will be audio only on Tuesday night. We'll have Alexandria's game versus the St. Cloud Crush in the Section 8 AA quarterfinals. It's a 7 o'clock start, so we will take air with the Jutner Motors pregame show around 6:40 on Tuesday evening. I believe the player guest that will be joining us in a couple of moments here is freshman Owen Klimek. He had a beautiful goal to give Alexandria a 4-0 lead back in the second period. Nifty backhander that we ended up making our Smoke and Brews and Q's smoke and play of tonight's game. He would actually be one of 2 Alexandria players that scored multiple goals. A 5-goal first period, had 5 different individuals scoring that period. And then the Cardinals, Owen Klimek and Brody Berg, would add second goals of the game in the middle period. And then Evan Klimek would cap off the scoring later on in period number 3 as Alexandria gains the victory. The Cardinals would end up outshooting the Denfeld Hunters. I believe it ended up being 36-23 in today's game. And that means Brady Schluter, the goaltender for the Alexandria Cardinals, gets a 23-save shutout. And Alexandria has victory number 10 on the year. For the visitors from Denfeld High School in Duluth, a frustrating Central Lakes Conference swing as the Hunters end up going 0-2. They had a pretty tight game last night in Sartell. The Sabres would come back and get the victory in overtime, 3-2, and I think maybe a tough loss like that might have had a little bit of a hangover effect for the Hunters, coming back right away in less than 24 hours after losing that overtime game, and then Alexandria jumps on you and gets 5 goals in that first period, and the Cardinals go on to win by a final score of 8-0. Again, we are down on ice level right now if you're watching on YouTube. So for the radio audience, JP Bolin is behind the camera right now. He and I will be joining you for the next segment of our Juttner Motors post-game report. And I believe we've got our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of the Game coming on over, and that is Owen Klimek. Owen, first of all, I'm DMAC. Nice to visit with you for a couple of moments. Thanks for coming and sharing some of your wisdom after a nice win. I do need to ask for our audience, because our interview segment is sponsored by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. They have a slogan of "What's your number?" in terms of the miles you drive to get an offer, a great deal from the car dealership. For you, as you put on the jersey sweater representing the Alexandria Cardinals, what's your number?
Just part of my game is like just skating around, and just my teammates helped out a lot, and we're willing to push for each other, and I think that's part of our team, and you can feel the energy in the locker room, and it's just overall it's just getting better and better.
Very good. You had a couple of goals as part of the effort today. Talk a little bit about, the overall team performance. Was this one of the most complete game performances that Alexandria's had out of the 20 that have been played this year?
Yeah, I think this was definitely our best game. And I know our team on, Thursday against Sauk, no, they weren't too happy about that. And just the rebound after and the response from our team was great. And I think we could all feel it and just coming together as a team. It's just, as the year's going on, you can tell we're coming closer together.
Owen, what was the Friday practice like for you and your teammates, considering a tough loss to Sauk Rapids Rice on Thursday night?
Yeah, so just in practice, you could tell we all weren't that happy about it. After practice, we had like a team meeting together and just talked about our roles and just what we can do better as a team and just coming closer together. And then, just easier practice, just getting ready for today. And
our guest right now for our post-game report is Owen Klimek. By the way, he wears jersey number 13 if you see him on game day, and he is our special guest. He would score 2 of the 8 Alexandria goals as the Cardinals would get the win over the Duluth Denfeld Hunters by a score of 8-0. Owen, how would you describe your 2 scores in this victory today? I thought your first goal very pretty. I think, went with the backhand there, but how would you analyze what you were able to produce on your own?
Yeah, so first goal, I was just kicked it to myself through another player, and then I was trying to pull it to my forehand, but just didn't have enough room, so had to shoot it backhand and kind of got lucky with it and went over his top shoulder. And then second one, wasn't really ready for it, but Nicky shot it on net, just hit his helmet, and then went to me. And just lucky to hit it.
Very good. The energy level that your team displayed today, were you pretty happy with that through the full 51 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Our team just, as soon as we walked in, it just felt way different than versus Sauk and any other game, and you could just feel it.
Owen, I know it's been a little while since I personally have watched your hockey team. Got to see them quite a bit early on. Now I'll see 2 more of your team's regular season games before the start of the sections. But how has this team gotten better over the last 2 months from your point of view?
Yeah, so, well, I've been hurt for a little bit, but I've just noticed that our team's just coming closer together, and I just noticed we're finding a way to put the puck in the net, and just our lines were just getting along more, just not as much getting mad at each other, and just overall our team's just becoming a team. And at the start of the year, I would say it wasn't so great. We were a lot more diverse, and just, yeah, we're just finding a way now, and just we're all happy with each other, and you can see it on the ice.
I believe today in the game against the Hunters, you were partnered up with Jacob Nicholson and Cameron O'Shea. Has that been kind of a regular line that you've been involved with throughout the year, or have you had other line mates?
Yeah, we've switched around quite a bit just because I would say no line's really been just great together, and we've just been kind of mixing and matching lines just to see who works with who, but it just seems like our lines now, they're seeming to be more set, and just our lines seem to be together now and set.
We move into the month of February, and that means, by the time this month is done, all the teams in Section 6A will be eliminated except for the one that's going on to the State Boys Hockey Tournament. How much better do you think the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team can get over the last 5 games of the regular season before you start the playoffs?
First, we've lost, I think, no matter what, I think it'll end up with us and Northern Lakes, and I think Northern Lakes has got us the first 2 times, but I think our team's going to be ready for them in the championship or whatever it is. And just watching our team in practice, we're just connecting on passes more, scoring more, just everything is going a lot better than it was at the start. And, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Owen, I will visit with you when we get into the break here, but thanks so much for coming out to join me after the game. Congratulations to you and the Alexandria Cardinals. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
There is Owen Klimek from the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team, our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete player of today's game. He would score 2 goals as Alexandria would prevail over the Duluth Denfeld Hunters by a final of 8-0. We're going to take a break along our latent media platforms here, and then we're back with more of our Jutner Motors postgame. But right now, this time out.
Jutner Motors, your best price dealer. Make your Jutner Motors your best price dealer.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Community Center and more of our Juttner Motors post-game report. Alexandria gets the big win over the Duluth Denfeld Hunters. Again, both of these teams coming in 9-10. Alexandria on a day's rest plays very, very good hockey and gets the victory by a score of 8-0. JP Boline, again, pretty fun afternoon to watch a game here at the RCC if you were a Cardinal fan.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really fun game from the start. Alexandria came out right away with some fire and some speed, and I think they just took over the game. It essentially came down to that. Any chance that Duluth Denfeld had was shut down from either Brady or just the defense, who played it solid up front, and it was a complete game. And if you are playing a complete game in hockey and you win 8-0, that's nearly perfection. From a team where they're nearly scoring on every single chance. You're lucky if you get about 10 scoring chances, really good scoring chances in a game, and I'd say Alexandria had about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they had about 8 high-danger scoring chances, and they scored on all 8. So it was just a real good, complete game, and you've got to be feeling good about that. But you turn the page, and you've got a really tough schedule ahead. And you focus on that now, and first off, you focus on Little Falls as you're going to look to beat them. That's a good team, too.
Yeah, and the Little Falls Flyers already have a victory over Alexandria earlier in the regular season. Again, in years gone by, that has been a matchup between the Flyers and the Cardinals that has been a common opponent in the section, although Little Falls has been in Section 5, I think, the last this will be the 4th consecutive year that the Flyers have been in Section 5 along with St. Cloud Cathedral. But still, it's good to have, Little Falls has a nice program. I know that Tony Kuchar did retire as head coach of the boys hockey program over there, but still they are a very competitive team.
Yeah, absolutely. They always have been. They've always been extremely tough to play against, and Alexandria is just going to try to gain some momentum going into the final stretch of the year of the season, and it starts out with Little Falls. They've got a tough schedule ahead, but I think they're looking at them tonight. I mean, this team, if they play like this every night, I don't know who's going to beat them in the section.
Yeah, the Alexandria Cardinals getting the victory by a final score, again, 8-0, as Alexandria now improves to 10-10 on the year. The Duluth Denfeld Hunters go to 9-11. Scoring recap, again, Alexandria did all the scoring, and I believe every one of the goals was at even strength today. Charlie Basson gave Alexandria the lead at 3:17 of the hockey game. In essence, I guess he gets the game-winning goal because Denfeld did not score today. So Grady Olson, the assist there. Then at 6:12, it was Cameron O'Shea with the goal. That was assisted by Jacob Nicholson and our post-game guest, Owen Klimek. Owen would have a 3-point afternoon for Alexandria, and it was 2-0 at that point. And Nicholson would then score at 11:20. O'Shea and Nick Schultz would get the assists. Then Owen Klimek got the first of his 2 goals just 14 seconds after the Nicholson goal. Hudson Carlson assisted on Owen Klimek's score. 4-0 Alexandria at that point, and then the Cardinals would tack on one more. Less than a minute after Owen Klimek's first goal of the day, Brody Berg would score the first of his 2 goals. Evan Klimek and Grady Olson got the assists. 2 goals scored less than a minute apart in the second to pad Alexandria's lead. Owen Klimek with his second of the game on a Cameron O'Shea assist at 7:49. And then Brody Berg at 8:25 of the second period, and that was helped by Evan Klimek. And then one more goal, and that was scored at the 15:32 mark of the third period. Evan Klimek with the score, Grady Olson and Brody Berg the assist. So the starting line of Brody Berg, Grady Olson, and Evan Klimek accounted for some scoring. Another line, the Cameron O'Shea, Jacob Nicholson, Owen Klimek line factored in the scoring, and even Charlie Basson's line was able to get involved in the scoring as well. So the Cardinals got some nice production on all 3 of their top lines contributing here, and all made it end up being a nice win. And JP, I know that your history as a hockey player was as a goalie primarily during your playing days and everything, but you covet the shutouts when they come because they don't come very often.
No, and especially in our great state here of Minnesota, the state of hockey. I mean, there's great high school teams all around, and I think getting a shutout is probably the hardest thing to do as a goalie, and especially good teams like this who have a lot of good scorers, and that's why this score. It did shock me, not because I thought Duluth was that much better of a team than Alec. I think they're very similar teams. Alec just played a lot better tonight, but this is a scoring team. That's where they've won their games this year, and Alec just shut down any scoring chance. They shut down their best scorer, who's one of the top scorers. I mean, I would assume around the state, too. He's just been incredible all season long, and Alexandria just shut them down. So it was just an incredible effort, and it's just happy to see this team play this well. I think this is the best game that we've covered so far, but it's the best I've seen them this year.
So ultimately it caps off a 2-1 week for Dr. Landon Olson's team, as I believe for the 3rd time this year, they're back at the 500 mark. So far this year, the Cardinals are 0 for 2 when attempting to go over the 500 mark. They are going to be tasked with that late Tuesday afternoon here at the Runestone Community Center when Little Falls comes in. JP, I know that you and I will be working with Jeff James on Thursday of this coming week. With the Cardinal boys hockey team will be down at St. Cloud to play the Crush. We look forward to having you back on that night for our coverage on all of our latent media platforms. But thank you for using a baseball term here, stepping up to the plate and pinch hitting for one Jeffrey James.
Anytime. This is my favorite sport. Obviously, it's a sport I have a huge passion for. So anytime I get to talk about it, I look forward to it and get to go to my favorite place. A lot of fond memories at the MAC, so I look forward to that.
Yep, this sounds good. The Thursday game between the Cardinals and the Crush, varsity start time right around 7 p.m. Our thanks to J.P. Boleen filling in for Jeff James on the coverage today. Also, we thank all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters, and special thanks to Jutner Motors for presenting our post-game report. For those of you listening to KXRA Radio, in just a couple of moments, we will be joining the Kim Commando Show already in progress. We will have an encore presentation. The full Kim Commando Show will air later tonight between 9:05 and midnight. So if you want to catch that first half hour of the Kim Commando Show that got preempted due to our hockey coverage, check it out later this evening in the 9 o'clock hour. Big thanks to Tom Chorley for his work at Master Control at KXRA Radio, and great work in the studio today. And most of all, thank you for tuning in. Our final again in prep boys hockey. It's all Alexandria today at the Runestone Community Center. The Cardinals get a whitewash against the Duluth Denfeld Hunters. Alexandria 8, Duluth Denfeld nothing. Good afternoon from the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria.